Awesome. So my name is Randi Scrima, and I live in Boise, Idaho. And kind of a little background on how I became an IBCLC. I was finishing up my bachelor's degree, but I was kind of at a point in my life where I didn't quite know what I wanted my degree in because there was so many different things I wanted to do, and I couldn't pinpoint what exactly I wanted to do, and I wanted to make sure I was making the right decision. Because I wanted to either be a social worker, a psychologist, or a teacher or a nurse, and I just couldn't make the couldn't narrow it down. And kind of at the same time, I also had my son and ran into some breastfeeding difficulties with him. And kind of the more I learned about breastfeeding going through with him and, the great benefits of breastfeeding and all of that, it just all kind of came together where I was like, this is exactly what I want to do. It encompasses basically everything that I've been wanting to do. And so this is it. So I looked into, the different programs that were available. And one thing I really liked about the Portland State program was they were willing to work with me to find sites where I lived in Boise and where I could get my 300 hours in. So I was also a big fan of, visiting Portland just for fun. So I didn't mind coming every quarter for the weekend classes and just made like a family event about it. And so I finished up my degree and finished up my IBCLC, and kind of it all came together. I saw as I was finishing, there was a job opening for WIC and in my city, and I thought, this is perfect. I've wanted to work with low-income people, and I think this will be a really great fit. And long story short, the job ended up being with the state WIC office. So it's more of an administrative role as the breastfeeding coordinator. And that was even better for me since I'm a huge introvert. I don't have to work with clients directly. I work with the breastfeeding coordinators and peer counselors and peer counselor coordinators that are all around the state. And my role is to more of education, making sure that they have the information they need to help serve participants. And also, making sure that the federal dollars, since WIC is a federal program, they're abiding by all the policies. And so, we read the federal policies and we turn it into state policies and make sure that the agencies have their agency policies. And so that's kind of a big role in it as well. And I think one of the joys of the job that I do is that I really love working with the clinicians that work at the local agencies, and they're always very appreciative at, knowing that they have the support that they need in order to do the job that they're doing. But also a challenge is since it's a federal program, there's a lot of things that are required. And so like breastfeeding is one part of it, but then, if there's a new program coming out, like when we went from WIC checks to cards, my role kind of had to switch from, being the majority breastfeeding to help with this huge giant project. So although I get to do a lot of the fun stuff, like, give funds to the local agencies and say, here, you can use this for, different lactation trainings or different, books for participants and all of that. That's a really great part of it. But then also, I have to do some of the stuff that I don't enjoy quite as much. So yeah, that's my story.